Here is the flip through of my wine journal. It was supposed to be simple so that it wasn't going to be a costly journal. It was affordable for just about anybody, and as usual, I could not stop doing things, and it became this tome, but I'm very happy with it. I love it. The cover, I used an old piece of wallpaper that I loved. It just was out of a book. Here's the spine, and I did reach out to on Treasure Books and ask for some input. I love how the spine came out and the dangle with the corks, and just added that little, I don't know, I felt like it needed something, so I really like how that turned out. I just did a eyelet hole for the closure, so that was pretty easy. I just find this, let me get this straight, I just find this paper, absolutely just gorgeous. It is, and I think there's about 6 or 8 images. I will try and remember to list the designer of this paper, because it's just so pretty. Anyway, so we've got some pockets over here. Actually, these little tags and pockets are from Pink Monarch. I believe it was one of their fall kits. We've got some tags and stuff in here. I'm not going to go through all of the stuff that's in all of the pockets. I did use I had a map of France, so I soaked it in coffee to age it, and then pulled out the region where wine is made and used that. I liked this side. I liked the green of this side with the brown. This side was very bright blue, very kind of off. So I did a lot of, I decoupaged some tissue paper and stained stuff on top of it. And then I ended up just covering it all up because it was still just too blue. It was ridiculous. You can see a little bit of peeking out there. So I made this is a Tim Holt. Actually, he has a whole pad of cigar stuff, and I just love the feeling of that. I have my own paper that I've made that I can insert into journals that's just lined on both sides, so that's my own paper. And then we have some goodies in here. I have a couple of books that I have gotten that are about wine. So I've got a couple of recipes in here and pairings, which I thought would be really fun. So these are the recipes, and these are the pairings of the wines that go with the recipes. So I thought that would make a really fun and interesting inclusion. This is just a little flippy thing. This is another recipe. This is out of Wine and Country or something like that. It's a long skinny book. It's really cool, and so I used that as well and made it a pocket. It's got a couple of things in there, nothing really special, but I just love the fact that it had a recipe and it has a pairing thing that goes on with it. And in the back, we've got some tidbits in here, a little corkscrew on there. This is another of those pages. I don't particularly like the coloring of this, so I've had to do a lot of distressing and stuff to kind of make it work, because it ended up being very gray. And then I just used I tend to take my images and make them very small and very medium and very large so that I can do a lot of things with them. So this is the same collection as that front beginning picture, and I just made it very small so I could use it over and over again. This is the same collection. And this, I like how this page came out. Originally, it was just this gold paper, and I wasn't sure I was going to do anything with it. And then again, like I always do, I kept adding and adding and adding, and before you know it, it was this. But it's very pretty. This is a little extra that is from TLCVintage papers, Paulette Slater's papers, and it just was perfect for this journal on this particular page. And I just added a little viney thing on there. This is actually a piece from a book that is for wine tasting. This is another paper. I cannot remember the creator of that paper. This is a collection of wines out of a wine magazine, which I really liked adding into there. This is my first journal that I've done with just a lot of plain journal pages. Another one of these kind of faded pages, so I covered it over so that it didn't just look completely washed out. Did a little wax seal there. This is an envelope. This is also from TLCVintage. It's a really just a pretty wine glass and bottle, so I really liked putting that. And this is an envelope, so that worked really well. More of that gorgeous paper, just did this decoration. More of this gorgeous paper, small, so it made really pretty tucks. This was, I used a ruler paper and then just cut slits in it so that it made 3 pockets, and I really liked how that worked out. Just a regular pocket. I did some wine quotes in here as well. Here's a couple of wine barrels with some doodads in it. This is the other side of the map. And here's the blue, and it was very blue, so this side is mostly covered up with the decoupage papers. This side I was able to kind of salvage by inking it and aging it quite a bit. Here's a really fun piece of paper somebody sent me when I told them I was doing a wine book, and I turned it into a little pocket, but it also opens. And here's shopping for wine, so I thought that was kind of fun to have on there. Another gorgeous image. Some lace. Here's a nice quote. Oh, this is a pocket, though. The pocket has corks. Somebody sent me some cork paper, which I thought was really fun. Let's see, what else? I think this is the first journal I've ever done 3 signatures in, so that was a lot for me. This is some really gorgeous heavy paper that's got deckled edges that I get from Amazon. And I just sprayed some Tim Holtz bronze. This is another of Pauline Slater's TLCVintage pages. And I just made a little thing. I got a little paper clip up there. It says Wine Enthusiast. Another gorgeous paper. Did a little thing with the paper clip on the other side. Another one of those washed out pages. So I just covered it up with some grapes and made it work. Another one of those bland pages. This one I did some, I did a stencil on it and with some rose and some, I think it was antique photo or something like that to kind of give it some color. A little pockety doodah here with some more stuff. Another fancy page. I love this paper. I just love this paper so much. On the back, I did a little belly band. I made a mistake and put my paper in upside down, so I just covered both of the sides of that with good stuff. This is fun. This is from a bartending book, and it's a cocktail that you can make with wine. So I thought that made a fun insert. Blank pages, another one of those faded pages. Oh, this one I did some, I used the modeling paint and did a stencil on it. And I really like how that turned out. It's got some texture and color and that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else is interesting here. There's another pocket. I love this image of a wine cellar. And I just got some goodies in there. I had to cover up again that kind of faded page. Another gorgeous yummy page. I have this beautiful ribbon that is writing all over it, so I like that a lot, and I use that here. Love this page so much. I cut a little edge out of the edge of the bottle and lined the back with cardstock and then made it a pocket. So we've got a little cheese in there and a little cork in there and a little ticket in there. I really like that page a lot. This one's just some stenciling. I let the stenciling overhang so it covers the next page because this is kind of boring and dull. Another Paulette TLCVintage page. This is a dictionary page that says wine, and then I created my own wine sampling cards, so I stuck those in there. Another wine sampling card, a little pretty wine envelope. This is a page out of the wine magazine, and it just talks about different wines that you can use for different meals, so I thought that was perfect in here. Got a little burlap going on, a little bookmark in there. Here's a quote about wine. These pockets are from Pink Monarch prints, and they've got little goodies in them. Another gorgeous print. There's another, oh, this is a fun facts about wine. So I included that. Another cheese label. I think those are fun to put in wine journals. More pockets. And that need, oh no, that's just a pocket. More stenciling. I kind of like that idea. Did it ink stamped a pen. getting down to the end here. I love this fabric. It actually is like newsprint. And so I made a little pocket with a tab out of that, which I really liked. And I stamped wine on the back of it. That was kind of fun. This was my most fun thing. Let me see if I can find what they look like so you can see. Hold on. So I found these in the dollar store, and I just thought they would be so much fun to use to hold things. And so it turns into this. It turns into a clip. So I take the clip and I cut cardstock and 2 shapes, whatever my cover shape is going to be, and then a cardstock for the back, and then I glue it together so that it holds the top piece in, and then I do exactly the same for the back. So both of these pieces are covered front and back with paper so that it holds them on, and it makes just a really pretty, fun, sturdy clip. And then it's got a hole in the top so you can tie a ribbon to it. And that is the end of my book. Thank you so much for sharing my journey of my wine journal. This is Lisa, and you can find me at Imagination Sisterhood Studio on YouTube, and Lisa Stearns Artist on Facebook and Instagram.